like to see how I came up with this look right here on my face, make sure you keep on watching because it's gonna start now. So I'm actually gonna take a little bit of Fix Plus though to prep my face. Kind of work it in with the sponge a little bit. This is a kind of a moisturizer. It's like a prepping step for like moisturizer, honestly. At least that's what the girl explained it to me as. It's an invisible finish mattifying gel. My face has just been really dry, so I really wanted to put this on to bring back some of the moisture into my skin, as well as help it keep it matte. So I'm mixing a little bit of this Airbrush Away Radiance Boosting Primer from number 7. Also going to put on a little bit of this primer, the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. I'm going to lay a lip treatment just so my lips don't dry out. Okay, so what I'm going to start out with is my Estee Lauder Double Wear. I'm going to use this brush. This is the IT Cosmetics brush, the Airbrush Blurring Foundation brush. I'm going to take my Estee Lauder Double Wear and just pat it into my skin, kind of swirling it and buffing it into my skin. I really like the way this foundation is covering my acne scars. I have not been having to color correct my skin in a little while. I broke out there kind of bad, like not too long ago, like maybe like a week and a half ago, and I was having to color correct some of my acne scars, but they've gotten so much better, so much better. This foundation it stays in place. It does not make me produce more oil on what I already produce. This makeup stays on me when I go to work, even when I'm doing facials and all the steam is coming on my skin. It doesn't interrupt it, so I like this one. If you are a full coverage kind of gal, this one is for you. I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape underneath my eyes. I'm not going to use very much because this stuff is super duper high coverage, and usually if I put too much on underneath my eyes, it doesn't sit correctly and it like makes my eyes look all crepey. So I'm gonna put a little bit there, a little bit there. I'm gonna blend it out with my Morphe sponge. I'm gonna use this side. So I'm going to set my face with like 3 different setting powders. I'm going to use the Coty Air Spun. I'm going to use that one as an orange lid. I'm not going to show it to you yet because I have all of it in the lid. But I'm going to be using Laura Mercier and the Aveda Translucent Setting Powder. This one. The Aveda Translucent Setting Powder with those 3 mixed together in the lid. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on my under eyes first, just because I crease really quick there. Just gonna stamp that under there. I'm going to start off with a 25B palette, the Bronze Mocha palette. This is like the new packaging of it. Looks like this. All the pans in it are round. I am going to start off with these 2 colors kind of mixed together. Okay, so the camera cut off when I was doing my eyes. So right now, all I did to this eye so far is I was going to finish this eye and then come back and show you guys while it was charging. But what I did was I ended up going into my Morphe 25B, the Bronze Mocha palette. I went over my eye as a base with this color right here. That one is called Shy. And then I took these 2 colors right here Truth and Speechless, mixed them together, put them in my crease. Used this brush right here, the Morphe M441 brush. This one, use that to put these two colors in my crease right here. And then I took this brush, of course it was not in purple yet, but I took this brush and I used Stone Fox from the 9C palette, the Jewel Crew palette, this one. And I put that right here on just the inner bottom portion of my crease, right in through this area. Blended a little bit up and through this area, but I mainly stayed right here in this little area. Put a little bit more depth in it with this brush on top of those two colors that I had already mixed. I put some concealer on to make the shape, and I'm going to be doing that halo eye. So that is as far as I've gotten. I'm going to finish this side of my eye and then I'll come back and do it on this side. I'm going to be taking my Tarte Shape Tape. This is in shade Fair Beige. I'm going to be putting that right in through over here in these areas just so that way I get this nice purpley plum colored standout. Using the Morphe 432 brush to map out where I'm going to be placing the concealer for that plum color. I'm now taking Rich Girl, and this is just going to be placed right over where we put the concealer, just to make it stand out more and make it more of a darker plum color. Here you see me placing it on the other side as well. This look is all about blending, so there's going to be lots of blending going on. I'm taking that same Rich Girl color and I am blending it out on the edges to make it look as seamless as possible. I am taking my MAC 217 brush, I believe, and I am just making sure all of the lines look nice and blended, not patchy, like kind of on the outer corner of my eye. You see me kind of spending a little bit of time there to blend everything out because it looked a little bit harsh. So at the end of it, it's going to look nice and blended. Now I am placing some of the concealer again on my lid in the middle of my eye to create that halo effect, and I'm going to make sure I map out my nice crisp line right there in the edges, and then anywhere where it's not perfect, you see me going over the lines and blending it out with whatever's left over on the brush. You're not adding anything more, just blending everything out to make it look nice and crisp and clean. Do that to all of the edges. Now you are just seeing me kind of going over everything, doing a little bit of cleanup, adding a little bit more depth where it is needed, taking a little bit more of that Stone Fox, and then I'm also foiling my eyelid with that nice pinky glittery color that we just saw. And I'm, like I said, I foiled the brush and I am just putting that over where we put the halo effect for the eye. That is where it's going to stand out the most. Take a little bit of rose quartz, go mainly into the center of the lid, but mainly over the top, and make that line look nice and crisp, so that way when you're hitting in your angles, it's going to stand out. That highlight is going to be gorgeous. That is why it's a halo eye. So go ahead and blend out all the edges, kind of do any fixing that needs to be done, and then that is what it's supposed to look like. It comes together once you kind of go back through, do touch-ups, see where it needs to be, add a little bit more color, and then put your eyeliner and mascara on, and the look just comes together so beautifully. So that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing cleanup, and then of course do the same thing that you did to the top, do to the bottom. You will see me start to do the highlight underneath my eye. I did go back and change that and just make the whole under eye smoked out just because I liked the way it looked better. And I also will be using a Urban Decay eyeliner. eyelashes on. These are just wispies and demi wispies glued together. I just stacked them. I am using Essence's Mascara Forbidden Volume Top Coat Mascara, and then I'm just gluing my eyelashes on after that, and then I'm going to go back in and kind of fix them up and put a little bit more mascara on. So now I'm going to go ahead and contour my face. I'm going to go ahead and use this palette. This is the NYX palette, the contouring palette. I'm going to use probably all of these colors. I'm going to mix them all together. I'm going to use some bronzer. This is the Cabana Boy from The Balm. Looks like that. Not a whole lot, just right through here. So I'm going to use this highlight. And it's from Makeup Revolution, the Vivid Baked Highlighter Powders. This one is in shade Radiant Light. So I'm going to use a Morphe 510 blending brush to put this on. So that is the highlight. I'm going to put it a little bit more intense right there. I'm going to spray my face in place. The Oil Control Fixing Spray from Makeup Revolution. I am going to take the Morphe blender and just pat the highlight in, just so it looks as natural as possible. I'm going to take three different lippies. The first one is going to be the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick in Sellout. And I'm just going to be using this to outline my lips. I'm going to be using my Stila liquid lipstick in Caramello. The writing is almost rubbed off, so I'm just going to tell you what the name is. This is the lip gloss in Curvy. It's from ColourPop. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure you like this video and make sure please you subscribe before you leave. That way you don't miss my next video. I mean, come on. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, wherever you may be. I shall see you guys in my next video.